Hey guys, it's Chris here with Commander Allen, and today we're going to preview the new black card that was just revealed this morning. This is a card that I am super excited about. It's one of the best effects that's already in EDH, and now we've got a new version of it. So let's get started. It's one of the new Dictate spells, and the first one that we got the other day was Dictate a Heliod. It flashes in, buffs your creatures up, can make some really interesting combat effects. This one's probably the weakest of all of them. It's just not as exciting as the other ones. I shouldn't say weakest. It just doesn't excite me as much as the other ones do. The Dictate of Karametra. This one I like this one a lot because it works well for combo decks. You can do it at the end of your opponent's turn, so you don't have to drop like Mana Flare or Heartbeat of Spring and then wait for it to come back around your turn, or have like some kind of take extra turn effect to even get anything set up. These effects are good even without combo. A lot of people are worried about them because it allows your opponent to have access to mana too. But the thing is that if their deck wasn't designed to take in and use a bunch of mana, most of the time they're just playing extra spells and that's it. And that can help their deck a little bit, but not as much as it'll help you if you've designed your deck to use all that abundant mana to do like incredibly broken things with already. The next one was Dictate of the Twin Gods. This is a Furnace of Wrath with Flash. This one will be in a lot of aggro decks. It's really good. You can use it as a combat effect or just a game ender. If your opponent lets, like 15, 20 damage through, all of a sudden, boom, they're dead. You can also use it in response to somebody casting like an X spell on one of your opponents or anything like that to just really mess up the math. Um, the other one, Dictated Crufix, this thing is insane. Probably, pound for pound, probably the best of them. Alamine, Fontamythos, those things are broken in EDH. They help you politically and they help you speed up your deck. And a lot of people hate them because they speed up the slower decks that they were counting on beating with their strategy and things like that, especially if they put card drawing in there. But the cool thing about this is with Flash, all of a sudden we get the card first, and that's pretty freaking amazing. Now, the last of the dictates we knew was going to be black, we knew it was an enchantment, and we knew it had flash. We just didn't know what it was or what it was going to do. Now this morning they revealed it, and it was Dictated Erebos. It's a 5-mana Grey Pack, which is great because Grey Pack already only costs 4 and it doesn't have flash, and it has triple black in it. This thing is amazing. And I've always been a fan of Grey Pack and EDH anyway. It was amazing when it was in Standard too. But in EDH it really shines because you've got so many sack outlets. You've got so many ways just to use it over and over and over again. And I've always loved the art on the 8th edition one. I've got one that's white border, but I really wanted the full. I was checking it out the other day, and I did not realize the full Grey Pack from 8th edition is over $100 freaking dollars. So I probably won't be getting that because there's a lot of stuff I can get for $100 that I need for EDH anyway. Now, along with Grey Pack, you also have Butcher of Malakir. This guy is super amazing. You get a 5/4 flyer for 7 mana, and in EDH, that is so easy to get out with a few lands, some fetches, and like a Soul Ring or anything like that. So he's coming down. You've got that to get rid of people's creatures. You've got Grey Pack, and now you've got Dictator Erebos. And the reason these cards are so great is because they're making your opponent sacrifice, and that gets around things that have indestructible or, that can't be targeted, things like that. Now, we add this guy up and put him in with Prosh, which happens to be, I think, the best commander from the 2013 commander sets. Now, this guy is a sack outlet on his own. He brings in dudes with him. They sacrifice them, to make him bigger. Plus, you're knocking out your opponent's blockers and creatures and things like that. And, if you bought this guy, that means you just got extra value for this guy just by the printing of this Dictate of Erebos. Now, some of the cool things you can do with this in EDH is going to be people play things like Plague Wind and other effects that remove a lot of everybody else's stuff and not theirs. So with Plague Wind, they're going to cast it and they're hoping to get rid of everybody else's creatures. Now in response, you just cast Dictator Erebos, and all of a sudden you got another sad sucker at the table, and that's all right. Because everybody was going to be mad at him anyway, and everybody's losing their creatures. But now you probably gain some political favor with everybody else. Now, one of the best cards to be playing if you have any white in your deck is Avacyn Angel Hope. And I'm completely fine with this card. This card is good. There's so many ways to kill her and stuff that it's not hard to get around, but her effect is really powerful. Now, the problem comes in when you play cards like Obliterate. And I'm not a huge fan of Obliterate because it just grinds the game to a halt. Even if you have Avacyn out. Most times people play Avacyn and then follow it up with Obliterate, so basically they're trying to kill everybody with Avacyn and whatever they play after that. And that's not fun because everybody's just sitting around for the next 5-10 turns just waiting to die because they've already invested most of their resources in the game and they're all gone. Now, who plays things like that? Well, just so you guys have a reference, we'll just pick a random picture off the internet. How about this douchebag? Yeah, this looks like the guy that would play something like this. And nobody likes it when he plays stuff like this. So, now we've got Dictator Erebos. We can flash Dictator Erebos in response, and he's back to where we're at. Now, the game's still not going to be fun because, you know, he's pretty much put in a thing where whoever draws the next few lands might can dig back in and play the game. But maybe not. But at least you're getting high fives from all the guys at the table because that douchebag isn't winning. Well, that's all I've got for this card, guys. If you don't care, give us a like on Facebook. If you like the channel, subscribe. That way you keep up with everything that's going on. And we'll be back tomorrow with more content.